Hey there guys, welcome to Coding with Tangerine. So today we're going to discuss the topic what is CSS or what is cascading style sheets. Now the basic building block of any website is actually three things. The first is the HTML document itself. So without the HTML document you don't have a website. So the HTML document defines how a website should be blocked out. So that's what HTML pretty much does. The next one, that is CSS, is actually the styling sheet or the styling language that's being used to style the website, right? So HTML blocks out the website and CSS styles it so that you can present a really beautiful website to your users. Now, JavaScript is a programming language. So what JavaScript basically does is it makes the website much more interactive. For example, you might know button clicks, right? So on a website you have got tons of buttons, and when you click on a button something increases, maybe a number, maybe a cart product. When you add a product in a cart, the number just goes up. Yeah, all that is programming logic, right? So all of that is done by JavaScript. Okay, so now that we know a bit about CSS, let me just show you guys the text editor I will be using for this video, right? So this is Visual Studio Code. It's my personal favorite text editor. You can do almost everything. It supports almost all languages. Also, one of the main reasons why I use it is because of all these proper indentations and really great, code completion is really good. So it has got something called IntelliSense, which is amazing at helping you with completing and generally coding related things. You will know when you actually download it. Yeah. Uh, One more thing is that it actually colors, color codes your words properly, the keywords and everything that you write, so that you can actually see and view the code and understand what you have written, right? So one of the main things about plain text is that it's just plain text with black color, right? Black color on white paper. But with the code editor like Visual Studio Code, you can actually see the code with different color codes so that you can read it in a much more easy fashion. Okay, so now that I have told you guys about the text editor I will be using for this video, let's just get this started, shall we? So first of all, we need to create a folder. So for that, I will be opening my file manager, right? So inside the desktop I'll be creating a folder. The folder is gonna be called hello. Yes, so the folder has been created on my desktop. Now right click the folder, go to open folder with, or it could be open this folder with an application. If this is Windows, if you guys are using Windows, there should be an option like that. Now go to Visual Studio Code, and the folder will be opened in Visual Studio Code, right? So there you go. Okay, next up we are gonna create a basic HTML file, right? I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna say new, and it's gonna be hello.html, right? Simple as that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this HTML file with some basic HTML document, right? So we're just gonna, let's say, HTML. So the beautiful thing about Visual Studio Code is that it comes with HTML support out of the box. So you have these snippets with which you can actually create a complete skeleton like for HTML. For example, if you click on HTML, you can just create a HTML tag, or if you just say HTML5, you can actually get this complete code, right? So I'm just gonna go with this code, right? Let's just go down here, change the title to hello world, right? Beautiful. Now I'm just gonna leave these information here. Okay. Okay, now I'm just gonna leave this bit of information right here. I'm not gonna mess with that. Now inside the body tag, like we learned, we need to define the content of a website, right? So I'm just gonna say h1, hey, oh, it's gonna be hey there, I am awesome, right? Next I'm gonna give a paragraph saying, hey Pranay, I am fine. See, that tab pretty much covers what I wanted to do, right? So now what do we do? Right, now we need to get ourselves our CSS file, right? Okay, for CSS file, just right click here, new, style, oops, that's gonna be style dot CSS. Beautiful. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna define some styles to actually style the first heading that I have written, right? Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna write out a bit of CSS, and after that I will explain what I have written, right? So I'm just gonna say h1, just gonna say color, and then I'm gonna say color red. Okay, now the next step I'm gonna say paragraph, I'm just gonna say color green. Okay, so now that I have written the CSS styles, now I'm gonna explain what they are doing, right? So first of all, in CSS you have got something called selectors, right? So h1 is a selector and p is a selector, right? So what does a selector do? So a selector selects the tag that you have written, right? For example, in here we have written the h1 tag, so naturally in the hello document, in the hello HTML document, the heading h1 will be selected, right? And what do we do after selecting h1, right? We set the color to red. So color here means the text color. So the text color inside the the text inside the hello HTML will be set to a color of red, right? Does that make sense? Right? So you guys will understand once we run this. Similarly, I'm just applying the same thing for the p tag as well. For the p tag, I say color green, right? So what happens is that inside the HTML, we've got the p tag. So inside the p tag, the hey Pranay I'm fine text will be written in green. Okay, so now that we have a CSS file, we need to link this CSS file to HTML, right? So for our CSS file to take in effect, or for our styles to take in effect, HTML needs to know that we have a style sheet, right? We have a style sheet. So what we need to do is go here, say link. So see how Visual Studio Code automatically completed it for us. It already knows we're gonna go with style sheet. So next what we're gonna do is inside the ref parameter or reference parameter, it's also got as href. So inside there we're gonna say dot slash, which means the current directory. Visual Studio Code is already helping me a lot with this, so it's already suggesting the files that I can provide as a reference. So our style sheet is gonna be style.css, so I'm just gonna go with that. Okay, beautiful. Now we have to save both the CSS and the style. files, right? So now that we have saved the files, the only thing we have to do is open them in a browser, right? So I'm just going to minimize this, open hello, here's our HTML page, just going to open it. Ta-da! Beautiful, right? So our styles has been applied, and the text, the heading "Hey, I'm Pranay" has been applied in red, as well as the paragraph has been applied in green, just like we have said in the styles. Now let's just explore a bit more styles, shall we? So here I'm gonna say go to styles or CSS. I'm gonna give a font size of, I don't know, 100 pixels. Let's see what it does, shall we? Maybe here I'm gonna give a background color of green. Okay, both are gonna be green, so I'm just gonna change this to background color of maybe yellow, right? So now let's go and open this file again, this HTML file again. The font size has been changed this time to 100 pixels, right? So also the background also has been fixed with a yellow color as well. So this is a basic way of setting styles to HTML page. So if you guys want, you can just check out a lot more. Okay, next I'm just gonna include one more style. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say P colon, I'm just gonna say hover brackets. Remember, inside the brackets we define the styles, right? So what does this hover do, right? So hover is a pseudo class. So what is a pseudo class, right? You'll understand what a pseudo class is in a moment, right? So hover is a pseudo class, right? Now let's just say background color to red. Okay, that's not right. It's gonna be red. Simple as that. Now let's just save the file, go to refresh, and now let's just go down and hover over this paragraph, right? See how it's changing to color red? So that's what the hover pseudo class does. It actually applies a style when the mouse hovers over it. So that's some basic styles you can actually play around. So there are tons of styles and tons of selectors available. This is called a pseudo selector. Just like this, you've got other selectors as well. This is a pseudo selector, so just like this you've got tons of selectors available. There are tons and tons of styles that we can apply to particular HTML tag as well. So that's all about CSS, and well, thank you for watching.